Hiker Jay here. This week I'm going to be reviewing the Granite Gear Crown 2. No, not the old 60 liter. That's right, there's a brand new Crown 2 and it is a 38 liter. Granite Gear has made a smaller version of one of their flagships, the Crown 2. The people at Granite Gear were so kind to send me one of these to review and share with you. So I feel like this really lends itself to having a 2-video series. The first video is going to be actually just about the 38. The features that it has. I'm going to take all the gear that I would normally carry on a trip and I'm going to load it up and see how it all fits and just go over the pack itself. The second video that I'll release in a day or two will be comparing the 60 liter to the 38 liter. What type of changes did they make? How much lighter is it? How much smaller is it? How did they shrink it down? Did they use the same shoulder suspension or waist suspension? Those types of things. So I think it's going to be a pretty cool series. I'm really excited about this pack being brand new for 2018. I'm happy to share it with you, so let's get into the review. So just to get into this thing, many of you know that I am a Crown 2 big fan. A year ago, I did a review on the Crown 2 60 when they came out the revisions in like February of 2017. So when I saw that they had a baby brother coming out, a 38 liter, I had to check it out. Contacted them and they were kind enough to send me one to review for you. So let's get into it. So first impressions, I'm going to jump on this right away. It looks smaller. I'm not sure how much smaller, but we're going to find that out. It has a lot of the same construction. It has these stretch woven pockets, the stretch mesh in the front. It has the refit adjustable waistband as well, and the pockets. Even the support system looks the same, but we're going to find out if it is exactly the same. But looking at it right off, it just looks like a smaller Crown 2, which is awesome. Let's get deep into it. Alright, now in this part of the video, I want to pack this pack with everything that I normally carry on a weekend trip, my base weight. No real food, but I am going to throw some water in here just to feel the weight of it. My base weight is about 17.5 pounds. I did a video on all the equipment that I carry. You can check that out up here if you really want to see what it is, but I'll walk you through what I'm going to put in here, and we're going to see how all of it fits in a 38 liter pack. This is my sleep system, my sleeping bag, bedroll, and pillow. Next, I'm going to put a tent system in. This is a clip flashlight. I do it in 2 pieces, the rain fly and the actual tent itself. And then the poles I think I'll put on the outside. This is my clothing bag. I'll put in here. Alright, and then my ditty bag of all my different things, toilet paper, stuff like that, flashlight. My cook kit. Put that in. This is water purification, I think I'll put it on the outside. And then my electronics, which I always carry with me when I'm out filming and such. And this is my food bag, so I don't have food right now, but we're still going to throw it in. But this whole review is going to be minus food. So far, everything's fitting very nicely in here. Put the brain on. Alright, let's slide the tent poles in. Water purification system in the pocket here. Plenty of room for both. Still have this compression that I can compress down. We'll put a water bottle over on this side as well. Fits no problem. It seems like these pockets are pretty close to the same size as the 60. See how well my raincoat stuff's in there. Okay, now that is everything that I would need for a wilderness backpacking trip minus food. I've got water on board as well. And it fits really nicely in here with the rig setup I have. Now, I'm not ultralight, I'm not super heavy, but I am kind of a light backpacker. I try to be under 20 pounds with my base gear and then put my food up to like 25. They say that this pack can go up to 35 pounds. I have had my Crown 2 at that. It can be a little bit uncomfortable, but usually that's at winter and you have extra clothing on, so you don't really feel it dig too much or it's not too uncomfortable. But at 25 pounds, this suspension system, which looks exactly like the Crown 2, works great at 25 pounds, not a problem. Let me talk about the features now that I've got it loaded with this pack. Why I like this pack so much is because it's very versatile, it's light, and easy to use. If you use duffel bags for things, this pack works out great. So now that I've got it loaded, I'm going to talk about the features and why I like this setup so much. Let's start from the top to the front, and then we'll turn around on the sides and then go in the back. All right, up top, it has this brain. I really like it. It's got these loops on the top, which you could hook a solar panel to if you wanted to. I actually just clip a solar panel battery backup charger on here and let it just kind of catch the sun as I hike. It has a zipper here for a pouch. Now I will tell you, this top brain pouch, from my experience with the 60, isn't huge, but it's perfect for trail snacks and things, a map and those types of things that you just need to be able to get to real easy. Now spinning it around and popping the top open. So this compression system was new, set up a year ago for the Crown 60, and they've carried it over into the 38. Basically it's just a roll top down, and when you look at it, we've got a lot more room that we could fill with food, but you roll it down. And this is why I don't always carry the top brain, because I feel like it's pretty sealed as it is. But I like this piece that takes and compresses the whole thing. It's just one piece and it clips on and compresses everything nice and closed on the top and keeps it that way. Additionally, if you don't have the brain on it, you can loosen this up and throw like a polar fleece underneath here and strap it, and that works really nicely too. It does have your ports and holes for a water bladder that you can carry inside the pack, and it has hooks in there for it. I generally don't do that. I carry a water bottle, a life bottle, something like that, because I had a bladder break once and it went all down my back inside, and just because of the pressure. So I've never liked that system, but if you use it, it's there for you. Now going in the front, it has this stretch mesh in the front here, as well as these two straps that you could put something in here and then like a bedroll or something and still clip it on. I tend to put a ridge rest on the front of mine, and it works really nicely. Because if you put the ridge rest here and you bring it all the way down to the bottom, when you set your pack down, it kind of leans on it and it never falls over. Then you can reach in and grab things when you're stopping and eating or whatnot. All right. The webbing, I love this size webbing. They've gone down to this skinnier webbing. I've never found it to be compromised in any way, and it holds up really well. Side pockets. Probably this one I have to its max. I have a fuel canister, water purifier, and my tent poles, and it's just fine. It looks like it'll hold what I would normally carry in a side pouch like this. You can reach back and get to these with this pack being smaller. It does look like a smaller profile, like it's skinnier around, so it would wrap further behind your back, so it might be harder to do than the 60, which looks like it's a lot wider. Then you have these side compression straps that you can compress your load down and bring it even tighter to you, so that's still nice. And then of course it's got the like axe loops or something for your hiking pole to go into, and you could hook it up here. Now, moving to the back, what you have is a fixed system, so you cannot adjust these. This is a size regular, so it goes a 18 to 21 centimeter back fitting, but that's a wide spectrum, but I've never had a problem fitting in this pack, and I'm a tall guy. My son as well, he's wore it, and he has no problem with it too. But it does have these load stabilizing straps here once you get it on to kind of bring it and have it tuck into your body. These dual density foam shoulder straps are great. I find that they don't hold a lot of water if they get wet, and plenty enough support and comfort when it comes to carrying 20 to 30 pounds on your back. Now on the straps, it also has a sternum strap, completely adjustable, moves up and down, and can be taken off as well. I tend to use it because I think that it stabilizes the load a lot better. So now when we move down into the hip belt area, this is the refit system that Granite gear has. In here, once you pull it apart, is that you can fit it to different waist sizes. Now, just as it is, I've tried it on and I'm a size 38, fit me fine. My son's a 29 and it fit him fine, so we didn't even have to adjust it. But of course, you've got the adjustments on the front. And it has these wonderful little pockets on the side that fit a cell phone grate, a bandana, head wrap, whatever, flashlight, those types of things. And those hip pockets are really great, and a lot of people love them. The last piece I'll talk about is this lumbar spot. I really like that they kept this, and it's a nice solid piece. Some people might find it to be a little hard, but it sits perfectly in the lumbar and really stabilizes the pack from scooting down. So I'm quite a fan of that system that they've got here for your lumbar. You know, the last little bit is the bottom is a tougher Cordura, which is good, and it's ripstop, so whenever you're dropping it on rocks or putting it down, it's gonna hold up to what's happening down there. And also, it is water treated, so it's not completely waterproof, but it will shed water for quite a while, and you can set it down on wet ground and it won't seep through right away. But after a while, it will do that. So my final thoughts on this pack is that it's well built. It's large enough to take all my gear that I would take on an extended weekend, maybe even a week. I don't know if the food would fit or not. But what I like about this size is that it forces you to stay under 25 pounds. Like I would, by having this pack, I wouldn't be just throwing stuff in. Like I would just say, well, I'm just gonna take this hammock at the last minute. No, it would resist. I would resist that type of thing and stay light, which would be kind of cool. So I'm interested to see what you think about this 38 liter coming out in 2018, which is a really, really great option for people who like to go lighter. Now, this series continues. I'm gonna take my next video and I'm gonna compare the 38 liter and the 60 liter. I wanna look at how much weight difference there is, how much size difference there is, do they use the same suspension system, those types of things. So stay with me on that one. If it's already out, it'll be linked up on here on the right. If not, just wait a couple days and I'll drop that video and then you can check that one out too. So, and finally, I gotta say, I started the Hiker J channel about a year ago reviewing this pack right here. And it's been many videos later and many subs later, and I just wanted to say thank you all so much for supporting me and subscribing and coming back and viewing. I love the outdoors and I'm just so excited to share it with all of you. So thanks again. And if you're new to the channel, please sub and hit like if you would, if this video was useful in any way. Till next time, just remember, life's a hike, so hike happy.